you through. You will be so incredible and you'll be very glad you did. Now, without further ado, let's bring on the woman of the hour, the woman of the week, Miss Connie Anne Tama. Connie?
Hello, thank you. What a beautiful introduction. Thank you, Charm. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is so exciting. Please, as you're popping in to watch, say hello. I want to say hi back. James and Athena, thank you for popping in. Glad to see you here. I am so excited to be here. This is the relaunch of my 5-day program, and this is going to be an incredible week. The energy in the group is off the hook. Thank you to all of you guys. You guys have been just incredible. And let's just keep the party started. Any questions, any comments, any clarification need throughout the week, please ask the questions. Please DM me, put a question in the group. A lot of times we all have the same questions and maybe one person asks it, then everybody can see what that's about. All right, so let's keep that party going in the group. All right, so Charm, if I can get my slides up. There we go. All right. Oh, bear with us for one moment. While they're coming up, let me talk about our agenda a little bit. The agenda we're going to be going through this week, starting today with procrastination. Today we're going to talk about procrastination. We are going to talk about attitude tomorrow. We're going to talk about faith and fear on Wednesday, which is a huge thing for so many people. And on Thursday, decision making. So many of us are stuck in decision. We don't even start because we're so busy trying to get everything in a line, or we don't know what decisions to make. So we're going to really talk about that on Thursday. And Friday, I'm going to go through these lovely things we have called higher faculties. And we are going to take those apart, and I'm going to talk to you about how to live within them effectively. All right, so let's get going. I want to tell you a little bit about me. Who am I? Why should you be listening to me? What is my qualifications for being here today and having this conversation with you? I want to share with you. Oh, sorry, one moment. That I know the power of what I'm teaching. I started on this journey over 10 years ago, as Charm had mentioned, and it started off with me feeling very stuck, having the struggle, having the situation that a lot of you guys are in right now, and that's why you're here. My story is long. It started off my journey to discovering how my mind works and ultimately finding out that that's how everybody's mind works. Started with me having multiple anxiety attacks every day. When I was in my 30s, I was locked up in my house with anxiety attacks. I couldn't stay in my house because I lived in fear. The walls were closing in, and I couldn't go outside because it was really daunting. It was really scary. And so through a lot of mind control, a lot of ideas of thinking that, well, if I can get myself into this, I can get myself out of it. And I began to study, and I studied a lot of Tony Robbins at the time. And something that he said was really profound to me. He interviewed a rock star, and he asked him what it was like before he went on stage. And he said, my hands get sweaty and my knees are weak and my face is flushed and my skin is tight and I feel like I'm going to be sick. And I'm just so excited. I can't wait to get on stage, and I know I'm going to have the best show ever. And something in me went, whoa, wait a minute. That's how I feel just before these anxiety attacks paralyze me and take over my life. So I began to think that maybe I could get past that by wondering what I'm excited about instead of labeling it fear. It was my perception, my label of it. And then when I started getting that feeling in my stomach, instead of, oh no, here comes another anxiety attack, I started asking myself, what was I excited about? What was coming up in the next couple of days that I really was getting jacked up about, that was making my hands sweaty and making me feel queasy? And you know what? I pulled myself out of it. I began to be able to go to the grocery store. And the more I began to do it, the more I proved to myself that I could do it. And I got better and better at that. Fast forwarding through my life, I began to study. I studied a little Eckhart Tolle. I started looking for other help and discovered that people from all walks of life are writing books about all of the same things. So there must be something into it. And then I ran into a book called, or a movie, well, a book and a movie called The Secret. Actually, it's behind me right there. That changed my life forever. I started studying the people that are in it, all of the theologists and the doctors, and they all had the same idea that I had discovered. And I started studying each individual one, and I locked on a gentleman by the name of Bob Proctor. For some reason, he resonated with me the most. It's like he got me. It's like he knew my journey. He knew who I was. And through studying him, I began to take his courses, and he actually taught Tony Robbins. So maybe that was the resonation. Maybe that was the connection there. I'm not sure. So through taking the courses and stuff, my life changed. My income quadrupled after taking a course just like what I'm doing with you guys today. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today and this week. I want you guys to have the leg up that I had. The free training that if you do everything that is presented to you, you will have amazing results in your life without spending a penny. But you gotta want to do the work. I wanted to do the work. And like I said, my income quadrupled that year. I went from $20,000 a year to $80,000 a year income in a very short period of time, because I took control of me and my thoughts and my actions. And that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you guys about this week. A couple of things, a little housework. There's 2 mugs beside me. Oh, I keep going backwards. There's 2 mugs behind me here. I'm going to be giving those away on Friday, the draw for Friday. 2 ways you can get in that draw. You can invite friends to this group, which a lot of you have already, so congratulations. And the second one is doing your homework. You're going to have a little homework sheet. It's not going to take you long to do it. Every day that you do it, let us know you did it, and your name will go in the draw again. So those 2 mugs are going to be drawn on Friday. A word that is going to come up a lot this week is the word paradigm. Bob Proctor defines paradigm as a collection of habits and beliefs that are locked up in your subconscious mind. And so we are going to work with those habits and those beliefs. I'm going to be talking to you a lot. But if the word paradigm pops up on our journey this week, it is because, or just interpret it as your habits and beliefs in your subconscious mind. They're the things that have been with you your whole life that drive your habits. And most of your habits are habitual. So please remember that. All right. So enough of that. As you can see by the picture on here, I've also had a few other journeys along the way. Most recently, a couple of years ago, I released 64 pounds. I put this weight on through a bunch of events in my life that actually got me spinning back the other way. Yes, I slip and slide sometimes backwards too, but we pick ourselves back up. And I know that I can go to the fridge and I can select celery instead of something not so good for me. So I did have a little bit of help. We all need help sometimes. I have a few coaches. I've had a few other ones in my past. So we all need help, but I got there because I had a definitive purpose and a burning desire. We all deserve abundance. We all deserve all of the amazingness that we want in our life. We all deserve to be healthy and strong. All right, a quick reminder, all of the videos are going down next Wednesday at midnight. All of these trainings are going away. A few reasons. First of all, a lot of you are here to stop procrastinating. So I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to help you by making you watch these and study them and take notes on them. before next Wednesday. Can you do that? Give me a heck yeah, you got this. All right, so this is your first homework assignment. We're going to start right off the bat to get you to make a commitment and be persistent. These videos are coming down next Wednesday. Also, please be here every day live as much as you can to watch these. Another job in persistence. Honor your journey. You're right. Nobody really knows whether you're here or not, except for me and you, but mostly your higher self knows. The stuff you put out, the energy you put out, the things you focus on, come back around to you. What goes around comes around, right? And we're going to be kind of touching on that all week as well. So let's start with that. Persistence is the byproduct of a higher faculty called the will. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, Carla and Jetty. Nice. Thank you, guys. I love it. One of our higher faculties is our will. We have 6 of them. And this is what we're going to talk about on Friday a little bit more, but our will is one of our higher faculties. If we are procrastinating a lot, if we don't have that forward momentum, if we don't feel every day like we want to get up and work towards our goal, one of the reasons is a weak will. Procrastination has many faces. Please know that. There is not a magic tablet that you can take, like when you have a headache, that will make it change. There's many areas. You need to take a look and see at what those pieces are for you through this week. As they come up, make sure that you write them down, your reasons that you procrastinate. All right. I want to talk to you about this gentleman right here. Anybody know who he is? Can you name him? Let's see it in the comments. I'll bet you do. This is, are you guys typing? You must be typing. Napoleon Hill. This is Napoleon Hill. I want to tell you a little story about him and why we are going to be bringing his name up a lot. I'm going to be quoting him a bit this week. Napoleon Hill was a starving journalist back in the early 1900s. He went to the office of the richest man in the world at the time, Andrew Carnegie, and he thought he was going to interview Andrew Carnegie. Actually, it was the other way around. Andrew Carnegie actually ended up interviewing him to write a book. And he asked Napoleon Hill, or suggested to him, that if he introduced Napoleon Hill to 500 of the most successful people in the world, would he write a book on what they are doing, how they are being so successful while other people are not so successful? And so Napoleon Hill, within a minute, apparently Andrew Carnegie had his watch under his desk and he was timing him to see how long he'd make the choice, or it would take him to make the choice. Within a minute, Napoleon Hill said, yeah, I'll do it. He wasn't getting paid for it. There was going to be no compensation for Mr. Carnegie, but he did it. He jumped in. And that book was Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich is the basis and the beginnings of so much personal achievement courses, and a lot of reason why people like myself and now you are able to learn how to do the things that the hard charges are doing automatically. And we can do that too. So that's exactly what we're going to do this week. This is the first quote I'm going to throw at you guys today from him. No more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity than is required to accept misery and poverty. So I want you to understand that at a very deep level. You can use the exact effort to get to your goal as it will take you to stay stuck. It's a choice. So make sure you have a choice. Yeah, Lorelei, that's Napoleon Hill. He was kind of cute back then, don't you think? For the early 1900s. Wait for it, your goal. Your goal. This is going to be the first thing we have to do to break down your procrastination and to get you moving forward properly. Your goal. Do you have one? If you have one, say heck yeah. If you don't, or you haven't settled on one, say heck no. A goal is very, very important. Without a goal, there is no movement forward. Have you ever gotten in your car or gone for a walk out your front door without a destination? Probably not, right? You get in your car, you drive out of your driveway, and you head to the store. You go to pick the kids up from soccer. Wherever you're going, you're gonna go get a mani-pedi. You're gonna go do something. You don't just start driving, because you'll say, as Bob always says, this is funny, I'm gonna quote him on this one. You don't just say, I'm going west. Because when you go west and you get there, you can still go west some more. You will never, ever arrive at that destination. So if you are just getting up in the morning and you are working 9 to 5, come home, do laundry, make supper, go to bed, do it again tomorrow, you have no goal, you are never going to reach the thing that you want, because you've never solidified that that's what you want. You have to begin to do that. Pardon me. So you must have a goal, and it has to excite you. It has to be tangible. Financial freedom is beautiful, wonderful, and amazing, but it is totally different to you than it is to me. What is financial freedom to you, if that is your goal? If your goal is to help your community, beautiful goal again, what does that look like to you? How will you help them? Get specific. Specifics count. The universe is listening. God is listening. If you don't place an order, you will get nothing. Just like if you went to a restaurant, the waitress comes and you tell her you're still looking at the menu, you're not going to get any food. You're going to be hungry for a while. You got to make an order, and it has to be specific. So let's do this. What is your burning desire? What do you want more than anything else in the world? It needs to be a big goal, a big, beautiful goal that you have no clue how you're going to get. You don't know how you're going to do it. Nobody's expecting you to know how to do it, except for you, right? You're going to expect yourself to know who it is or what it is, how to get there, all of it, but you can't do it. That will be the start that stops you. You will stay in your garage. So a big, beautiful goal, something you've never done before. You don't know how you're going to, you just need to know the what. What do you want? What would you love? Get silly and get ridiculous. And then you will build into that your definitive purpose. Your definitive purpose will be your why, which will come right after you get your goal. Does that make sense? A weak goal. How do you know your goal isn't strong enough? You're going to throw it out the first time things get tough. You're going to enroll 2 team members, and one's going to leave. And that one that stayed was your mom. But you can't stop. If you stop and you go back to your 9 to 5 job and you're like, oh, this is hard, I'm not going to do this, then you will never get anywhere. You will always be looking for that something more. That's something else. It has to be strong. It has to be something that you must have. All right. I hope you hear me, because that is so important. If it is not a strong goal, you will procrastinate. You will give up on your MLM, your network marketing, that business you wanted to open, your dress store, your barber shop, your garage, whatever your big, beautiful goal is that you want to go after, you've never done before and you want it. It better be strong, and it better be big and beautiful, and it better get you excited. and it better scare you just a little bit. And we're going to talk about that when we get to fear. I'm going to actually talk to you about a fear that's a good fear. There is such a thing. So we will get there. But right now, we're just building your goal. We just want to know the what. What do you want? Have you ever had a huge goal? Something you've been going after, and you act on it, and you get going, and then you abandon it? I have too. My hands up. Guilty as charged. I have been in a few different multi-level marketing networking companies. I have had my own brick and mortar store, and I now know why they didn't turn out. Wasn't the business. It wasn't that I got in too late. I didn't get in when the company first took off. It was all this person right here, the lady in the mirror. And it's me. It was my work habits. It was my beliefs. I didn't believe that I deserved it, and I didn't believe that I could do it. And that is a stopper. And we're going to work on that this week too. I'm going to talk to you guys about that as well. All right. So what are we going to do about it? We got to build that persistence. Our man, Napoleon Hill. Persistence is to man as carbon is to steel. We got to build that persistence. And it starts with the burning desire goal. I have this goal workbook. All of you in the group have heard about this from time to time. We've talked about it a lot, and I think a lot of you have actually downloaded it, which is wonderful. Congratulations. That is the first thing you need to do. Go through this goal setting workbook. Step by step, it will take you through all of the steps of dreaming big, being silly, getting your head in the clouds, operating with another one of those higher faculties called imagination. You're going to just let it fly, have fun. What have you ever wanted to do, be, and have in your life from the time you first decided to be something until today? What are all of them? Have you ever wanted to be a fighter jet pilot? Have you ever wanted to own a horse ranch? Have you ever wanted to fly a purple Pegasus over a rainbow? Just write it down. These are yours. They're your dreams. And the more you engage in being ridiculous and outrageous and get excited and start thinking about all the things you would actually want, more will come to you. And as you build that list, you'll get more excited, and that excitement and emotion will just keep perpetuating itself. And it's fun. Remember when you were a kid and you put grandma's colander on your head and a blanket over your shoulders and you were an astronaut or a superhero? We're going to do that again. You have my permission to be silly. Go do it. Go through this book step by step. Any questions you have on it, message me, DM me. This goal creation guide is derived from my first lesson, my first module in the program I take my clients through. So I am giving you my first lesson for free right there in that book. All right. So please reach out if you have any questions about it at all. You can pick it up. The website is www.connieanne.ca/goal workbook. And it is in the group, and we'll post it again after this meeting, and it's all over the place. Go get it, work through it. That's part of your homework for today. If you haven't done it already, please do that. All right. You must develop persistence. These are coming from Think and Grow Rich as well. Definite of purpose, backed by a burning desire for its fulfillment. The definite purpose is your goal. It's not the work you're going to do to get it. It's where you're going to be when you get there. Whatever job you're doing right now, you can get there with it if you have the right tools in place, if you have the right beliefs, if you have the confidence, if you kick the fear to the curb. All of those things we're going to do this week. All right. Definite of purpose, backed by the burning desire for its fulfillment. A definite plan expressed in continuous action. And these is the definite plans that are probably laid out by your business partner, your business coach, your upline, whoever they are. So yay, Melissa, woohoo, atta girl. Thank you, thank you. Definite of plan expressed in continuous action. So once you get going, keep going. Momentum is really important. If you have ever started going to the gym, or you've started to do something every day to your benefit, and then you skip a day, it's hard to get going again, isn't it? You got to keep going. I grew up in the country, small town Alberta, up here in Canada, and whenever the car gets stuck on the side of the road, we would push it, and it was hard to get it going. But once it got going, you could push it with one finger. That's the same thing I'm talking about here. You got to keep going. Joan, the website is www.connieanne.ca/goal workbook. All right, there you go. Go get it, girl. Let me know if you have any questions while you're filling it out. So I'm 100% here for you guys this week. I hope you know that. I have cleared my whole week to talk to all of you guys. That's all I'm doing this week. All right, so a mind closed tightly against negative influences and suggestions from friends, relatives, acquaintances, and yourself. Yes, yourself. I don't think I'm going to go too much into this today. We're going to really be talking about this a lot when we talk about attitude, faith and fear, and how these all come into place. But just know that I know that friends, family, and relatives are not always our biggest cheerleaders. Yes, that's right, Joan. Thank you. Thank you for putting that up. So you have to close your mind off. You have to be definite of purpose, regardless of any outside influences and the things you tell yourself, all of it. Oh, sorry, I gotta back up one. A friendly alliance with one or more people who will help and encourage you. This will be your friends, relatives, acquaintances who are where you're headed, or at least going there along with you. The people who will lift you up, who will support you. Right now in this group, in this training, there aren't very many people. There might be maybe 2 that I've known for more than a year. Friends, family, and relatives will cheer us on for a little bit, but they're not going to get us there. But you do need an accountability partner. You will not get there on your own. Nobody has ever done anything of significance in their lives on their own. So you need coaches. You need accountability partners. You need mastermind groups. And you will get there. For those of you that have commented in the group that one of your downfalls is that you feel like you need to do it all on your own, that's wrong. Please stop that. Find an accountability partner. All right, make sure you have somebody. If you invited a friend to this group, all last week I was coming on and telling you guys, you got to bring a friend in because you're setting yourself up for success. You will be successful if you have a friend in here with you. So have a friend in here with you. And if you don't, go find one. Something I want to tell you about, and we are going to talk about accountability partners again later, is that my husband, I love him with all my heart. He's a really not very good accountability partner, because if we want to go and do something fun at the park, he'll let me just do it later. So make sure you have somebody that is maybe not somebody that wants to go out and have a lot of fun with you, because they might let you off the hook. So make sure you have somebody that really holds you to it and is actually going to make you get up out of bed in the middle of the night and go do that thing you didn't do yet. That's the kind of person that you want. All right. You got to have a good one to succeed. It's your insurance policy. All right. We are all born, all of us, born with the ability to do anything that we want to do. Every single one of us. There are people that are doing things differently than we are, and that's okay. We know what they did wrong now, or what we're doing wrong now, thanks to Napoleon Hill. And so I want you to know that you can learn all of those things. We all have the higher faculties. We all have the ability to think, to choose, to decide for ourselves where we're going, how we're going to get there, all of it. We can manifest, we can dream, we can use our reason, our perception, our will, our intuition, our imagination, our memory, and we can make it happen by doing things in a certain way. I'm not going to teach you to do anything this week that you don't already know how to do. You already know how to do all of this stuff. We just got to get out of our own way. And that's what we're really going to talk about. All right. Anybody know who this gentleman is? I bet you didn't think there was going to be a quiz today, did you? I'll let you off the hook. This is Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale is the next line of lineage from Napoleon Hill. Earl Nightingale took Think and Grow Rich and he put them on vinyl records. You know, the LPs, I guess they're coming back into style now, so probably everybody knows what they are now. But he took them and he put them into a record for corporations and businesses to enable them to achieve greatness in their business, to take their business to the million and multi-million-dollar marks in achievement through the principles in Think and Grow Rich. So Earl Nightingale actually is who Bob Proctor went to work with and learned a lot of the things that he now knows and created the program that I teach my clients. So there you go. That's the rest of that story. But Earl Nightingale really was the forefather in self-help courses and groups. So that's an Earl Nightingale. He quoted this, and I use this a lot. It's part of my mantra: success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. If you continue every day to move forward, if you always are working towards the goal, that thing you're going after, you will eventually get there. And by doing something every day to get there, you will be successful. I think that, Cynthia, thank you. Thank you, girl. I think that it's really important to know that if you don't feel successful, if you are doing something every day, you are successful. You certainly are. So keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. And here's the thing about that momentum. I'm going to be talking to you guys a bit more about that later this week, but just because you don't see it happening doesn't mean it's not happening. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Carl Sagan. Just because you don't see the results happening and coming every day doesn't mean it's not coming at you. The laws of the universe are exact and precise, like gravity. If you stepped off a 20-story building, gravity will kick in and you will have negative results, whether you believe in gravity or not. The law of attraction, the law of polarity, the law of cause and effect, the law of rhythm, they are all part of that same beautiful world. And so when you are working towards your goal, when you are putting out that energy, that thought, those ideas of what you want, and you're focusing on what you really want, that goal that we just talked about, that you guys are going to figure out in your goal setting workbook, then you will create that in your life. You will attract it. I always use this example, and some of you are probably going to roll your eyes at me because you probably heard me say this a million times already, that if you're going through the drive-through or you're in a restaurant and you order your food, okay, you've gone through the menu of life now, you've picked your goal from the menu, the thing you want, and you place the order. Like you ordered your food at a restaurant, you don't question whether or not the kitchen is making your food. You trust that the waiting staff put your order in and that the kitchen is now cooking it even though you can't see in the kitchen. You can't see that it's coming, but it is. It's being cooked. It's being prepared. Your goals, your dreams are exactly the same. One of the universal laws is the law of gestation, or the law of gender. It decrees that all things take time to happen. I just ate some cucumbers out of my garden yesterday. First time this year. They were so good. But they didn't come overnight. It took them a couple of months to happen. Your goals are going to be the same thing. And just because you don't see it happening doesn't mean it's not. One day, like magic, if you implement the things that we're talking about here today, and you keep implementing them moving forward outside of this week, moving forward, one day the heavens will open up and things will drop on your lap like magic. They will, I promise you that. But you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep driving that definition of success that Earl Nightingale talked about, and you will get there. It's mathematical, it's exact, it's science. There's another movie behind my head. I keep pointing to the wrong place, so I'm not going to point it to you, but it's called What the Bleep Down the Rabbit Hole. And it is an incredible, amazing movie, if you can find the original one, that connects science with all of the things I'm talking about. All of these things about how we create our universe. There's scientific proof that it happens. And so that's a great movie if you can get your hands on it. What the Bleep Down the Rabbit Hole. Down the Rabbit Hole is a version of it, but it's not the complete one. But you'll get the idea through that as well. All right. So I'm an Edmonton girl. I grew up in Edmonton. I got to be part of the Wayne Gretzky Edmonton Oiler dynasty parties. And so I have to end today with this. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take. You must take the shots. Never stop trying. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your goals. If you were to throw in the towel tomorrow, you don't know that the day after tomorrow would have been the day that those beautiful heavens opened up that I spoke about a few seconds ago. You must keep moving forward. You must keep building your dream. You must keep walking towards it. Never, ever stop trying. Please continue to honor your journey. Please continue to imagine. Get ridiculous, get silly. Build your goals. Build your dreams. Be here again tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. This is your goal. This is your dreams. You guys are here for a reason. Please honor that journey. It's only 5 days. And like it did for me, it could change your entire life. Your life could be out of this world in the next couple of months if you continue to do the things and study the things that I'm talking to you guys about this week. All right. Thank you so much for your attention today. I loved all of you guys, all of the comments. Thank you so much. Charm, I'm going to throw it back to you. The floor is yours. See you guys all again tomorrow. Bye for now.
Today, for this whole week. Tune in for tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone.